Tonight, we got the first public appearance of a heel John Cena tonight in Brussels, Belgium, overseas European tour. Tonight, Raw was live from Belgium with a hot ass crowd. And to my surprise, we kicked off the show with John Cena. A lot of people are wondering what John Cena, what he would say, what his words would be here tonight, how the presentation would be for this new heel version of John Cena. And to my surprise, John Cena came out here almost the exact same, only the fact that, he didn't come out and salute to the crowd. He didn't jog towards his way towards the ring. He came out here a very stoic looking John Cena, and he came out wearing the same exact gear. He came out with the same exact music. He came out here and he addressed the fans. He says that he's been in a toxic, abusive relationship with the fans for 25 plus years. He mentioned how, he tried to change, things about him to please the fans, but it was never enough. They take and they take and they take and they never give. As far as John Cena, he would do everything to try to please the fans, so to speak. He said that everything just wasn't enough. He said that he's not a heel, he's not a face. And when he said this, I kind of, groaned, because I don't like these insider terms, heel and face. But he said he's not a heel, he's not a face, he's a human being. And he mentioned the fact that the crowd, the audience, they treat John Cena as a puppet, almost as a toy. He said that he tried to do everything for them. He tried to win and win, and when he did win and win over and over again, that wasn't enough for them. Kind of mentioning that Super Cena era where all he did was win and win and win, and people were sick of it. A lot of people were sick of Super Cena winning all the time. He kind of mentioned that, and he kind of threw it back at everyone's face. So all of that aggression that a lot of people, especially 10 years ago, were aiming towards John Cena, he kind of aimed it back. Now, I will admit, this promo in 2025 doesn't hit as hard as it would have hit in 2012 or in 2013, but still, nonetheless, I'm assuming this is what we would have gotten in 2012 had John Cena actually turned heel back then. But he says he's breaking up with everybody here. He points out some people in the crowd. He said he's breaking up with this relationship. He said to the Let's Go Cena people, to the Cena Sucks people, he said, none of you guys were with me, know what it's like to be me. He said, essentially, what I got out of this was everything that he's going to do now going forward is for him. It's not for the fans. He's not trying to please the fans. 17 is for him. He really didn't mention The Rock or Travis Scott or anything like that. But I'm assuming in the next coming couple of weeks, we are going to get some sort of, segment with The Rock, possibly coming out and teaming with Cena once again. I don't know, but this brought out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes came out here to a massive reaction. Finally, this was his moment, face to face with John Cena. Cody says that the fans love John Cena because he was the one that could, put all the weight of the world on his shoulders and carry it. He could carry this place on his back. He said that that's why people loved John Cena, for what he stood for. He says he pointed towards his shirt. He said, where's this John Cena? Where's this John Cena been at? I want to face this John Cena at WrestleMania 41, because the version he got at the Elimination Chamber, he took all the best hits from that version, and he's still here. If this version of John Cena shows up at WrestleMania, he will retire him and run over him and retire him prematurely. He then called John Cena a whiny bitch. He said, I don't want this version at all at WrestleMania 41. He said he needs the actual real John Cena. He wants to face the real legit John Cena, not this, shell of a former self that John Cena has become. And John Cena really said nothing here back, right? I thought he was going to rebuttal. Cody left. He went off the entrance ramp. He left. Then Cena left, but it took him a while. He kind of just left by himself. Kind of did the sort of Undertaker leave where he turns his back on the crowd and looks back towards the fans and kind of just dips. So like I said before, I thought this promo was excellent for John Cena to come back and really sort of embrace all of the hate, I guess you could say, that has been spewed towards his way for 20 plus years. So I'm assuming we're going to get more out of this. We're going to get a potential pull apart brawl in the future. We're going to get Cena actually go toe to toe, back and forth on the mic with Cody Rhodes. I'm assuming that's going to happen next week, because next week they promoted that they're going to be in the same, arena as well. So, like I said, this promo did what it needed to do for a heel John Cena. I also like the fact that John Cena explained why he didn't change his gear or his entrance music at all. He mentioned like he's not going to change just for the satisfaction of what the people want. He's going to do what he wants. And I love that, right? He doesn't need to change his music or his gear at all, right? And to be honest, this was the highlight of the show. We got Penta against Kaiser in a very fun match. Penta got the win as usual. Afterwards, they interview him in the entrance ramp. They ask him, you know, what's next for Penta. Penta mentions that he wants the Intercontinental Championship, which, you know, coincidentally enough, tonight, the main event was Finn Balor against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. And, you know, I might as well go over that as well. Finn Balor against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor, I thought he was going to win here possibly because they put this in the main event. But it turns out Finn Balor, this was only sort of a setup for, I think, an eventual Dom against Balor match, because Dom came out here, tried to aid Finn Balor, but, you know, it worked against him. Braun Breaker took advantage. Braun Breaker got the win, and eventually Dominic attacked Braun Breaker with Carlito afterwards, after the match. This brought out Penta. Penta came out for the save. Then Penta and Braun Breaker sort of have a moment between them. And they kind of teased this match before, but they're teasing it once again. Penta against Braun Breaker. You know, I don't know if we're going to get this match strictly at WrestleMania, or if we're going to get some sort of multi-man match at WrestleMania for the IC title. I would typically just, you know, want a straightforward singles match. But I don't know if they're going to, you know, add Balor in here, add Dominic in here. I don't know what their rationale is going to be for the IC title. Bianca Belair and Io Sky had their contract signing, and, you know, it was very straightforward between both of them. They both signed the contract. Eventually, you know, this was all too good to be true. Rhea Ripley came out here and interrupted, you know, this whole procedure, laid out both Bianca and Io. Then she signed the contract herself, which I don't think, you know, legally you could probably do. And they kind of even mentioned this. I don't think this contract is even, you know, going into effect because Rhea signed it. But eventually, I assume next week or the week after, we are going to get probably Io Sky demanding she wants to take on Rhea as well. That way she can put both Rhea and Bianca behind her and prove that she is the actual, you know, women's champion. We got Jey Uso against Austin Theory. And, you know, this was a nothing match. This was a squash match, to be honest. Jey Uso got the win afterwards. Again, Gunther tried to come out here and try to choke him out. But Jey Uso, you know, got the best of him and held up the World Heavyweight Championship as Gunther looks on. Now, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. We need some sort of spice in this match, because honestly, this World Heavyweight Championship doesn't even feel like a World Heavyweight Championship match. It feels like the opener for WrestleMania Night 1. You know what I mean? And that's a shame for Gunther and for Jey Uso. Like, this match needs something. This match feels as cold as Tiffany and Charlotte feels. You know, if you compare this match to Cody against Cena, or Punk against Rollins and Reigns, or any other match, to be honest, it feels cold, and we need to liven this up and add some spice to it. Obviously, the major happening was the John Cena heel promo. Going forward, I assume we're going to get more John Cena and Cody Rhodes face to face. But again, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know your thoughts on the John Cena promo on this episode of Raw in general. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will see y'all later.